What's the word, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Paper Cut Chronicles. This is our episode 5 uh, of our What's the Word series. And once again, we are understaffed for a crazy reason, but let's not get into that. We're just going to get right into our points of our episodes today. Obviously, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, but let's just get started. I'm your host, James Sr. I'm here with my co-host Cam. How we doing, Cam?
Good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We're just gonna start it off with these NBA playoffs because it's been some really good games. It's been some crazy stuff happening. I know you're a sad guy today. I'm a happy guy today though, so I'm just let you know that now. But let's just go ahead and get into it. Atlanta versus the Knicks. Atlanta leads 2-1 over the Knicks. CJ McCollum with 2 back-to-back closeouts. What have you been thinking about Atlanta and how they match up with the Knicks?
I mean, I kind of knew it was gonna be a good series no matter what.
Yeah.
I was telling you guys like the Hawks have really had their number this year. Like it's all of them have been close games to be fair, but the Knicks have beat the Hawks one time this entire season,
Yeah.
and that was in game one. So, I mean, if the Knicks do end up going out early, I think it is to a decently formidable opponent.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum has been great this
Hmm.
series, especially when it comes to closing out the games. You know, him and Brunson have kind of just been attacking each other, trying to
Hmm.
get the switch. But I guess you could say CJ McCollum has kind of got the edge over Brunson so far, just because of the wins,
Yeah.
and it's been coming in bigger moments where he's been attacking that. Um, I think the main thing for the Knicks though of why they're losing this is Karl Anthony Towns, like,
Yeah.
and not even Cat's specific play, just the fact that he's not getting the ball as much as he should be.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I don't think he's getting that many touches that he should be because even the game that they won, he was killing. And
killing.
these games have been close. It's not like they've been any type of blowouts or anything like that. I think even game 2, he was crashing the boards. He was killing them. They started bringing doubles and stuff like that. But yeah, he definitely needs more touches. He needs more of a focal point when it comes to this offense because I just don't think they have anybody that can really guard him. They have some big wings over there in Atlanta, but it's not nobody that can really. If Cat is energized and he's imposing his will, it's nobody over there that can really slow him down. Um,
Yeah, like the most amount of shots he's taken in a game this series is game one, and he took 13.
hmm
Like
yeah,
there's really no reason why Cat should be taking less than 15 shots when OG Anunoby is taking he took 16 last game, took 10 in game two,
hmm
and took 9 in game one. So him and Cat and OG are basically like getting the same amount of shot attempts
shots.
up,
Yeah,
and Cat is very obviously the better offensive player. So
hmm
especially when we talk about how the Hawks match up against them, like you said, they really don't have anybody that can guard Cat.
yeah,
But when it comes to OG, I mean, you still have people that can match up, like
yeah,
Jalen Johnson, of course.
yeah,
I mean, if Ricochet plays,
yeah.
he can match up pretty well with the wings. But
hmm
I mean, there's really no excuse for um the lack of how integrated Cat is in the
In the
offense.
offense, yep. And a lot of that could fall on coaching and what the game plan is and how they see fit when it comes to what he can produce with the game plan. But all in all, I think Atlanta, you know, they definitely have the gall to win this series. And to be honest, is if the Knicks lose this series, do they need to blow this thing up?
I, of course, I mean,
Yeah.
they already tried the fire and hire a new coach thing,
Mhm.
and I mean, it worked during the later parts of the regular season, but it
Yeah.
looks like it's still not working in the playoffs. And
Yeah.
I I mean, when it doesn't fall back on coaching, at some point it has to be personnel.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know how they go about blowing up. Like Mikal Bridges hasn't been much of a factor this series.
Yeah.
That's a big thing, but he's getting paid a lot of money. They
A
gave up
lot
a
of cheddar.
lot to get him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of like who would take on that contract?
Yeah.
And after seeing how much he went for the first time that he got traded for, I mean, who I mean, what team could try to go after him? I mean, hopefully at a bargain price. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the only answer at this point. Um, but then we could get into I mean, we could talk about OKC and the Suns. OKC has a 2-0 lead right now. Kind of what we expected so far. You have Shea doing Shea things. I will say though that last game was kind of crazy the way that they won. Um, the refs were abysmal, especially like during the first half. They were really bad. Even Devin Booker has something to say about it, but I mean Shea really took over that game. Like he 37, 5 and 9. There was really just nothing you can do about him specifically. Chet had a really good game, imposing his will on the defensive side of the ball. He had 4 blocks. And I mean the Suns just aren't getting the offense that they would want right now. And I mean I
Hmm.
think that's pretty warranted
Yeah.
against the best defense in the league, it seems like. I mean, Dylan Brooks has been able to get kind of what he wants.
Hmm.
But Devin Booker hasn't been the Devin Booker that we've seen before.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think they kind of have him a little rattled too, just with
yeah,
how
the
the
amount
flow
of
of the
bodies they
game is
could throw at
going,
him,
and
the
uh,
amount of bodies they could throw at him, how physical they are. I mean, and even like I said, like the way that the game has been called in the past 2 games hasn't been in the Suns' favor, I would say. So,
yeah, yeah, that too.
very specifically Devin Booker.
Right.
Um,
Crazy take. Crazy take.
insane take. That tech was crazy, and the offensive foul that
Yeah.
they called from him on Caruso, like
Yeah.
very regular post fadeaway. He went up pretty vertical for a fadeaway,
Right.
and they still called a foul. I really don't understand what more he could do in that
Yeah.
sense. But and then Shea literally goes on the other side of the court the next play and does the exact same thing, but he gets the defensive foul. So I mean,
Yeah.
there's only so much you can do if you are on the Suns at this point. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, the Thunder are pretty tall task in themselves, but when you're getting non-favorable calls as well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a really hard thing to overcome.
Detroit versus the Magic. A lot of people are saying it really looks like a 4 or 5 matchup. Like
Yeah,
they're
it's nasty. It's
yeah,
nasty hoops, bro.
it's a,
This is
it's a
nasty
nasty
hoops.
hoop. Their last game was 98 to 83. Very defensive, brick squad type of game. Like, yeah, but
Yeah, the Magic shot 32% from the field
yeah, like
that last game.
can't have that. They're playing right now. Which it's still like evenly matched. Cade had 39 in the game one that they lost, and had 27 in game two that they won. Game two, in the third quarter, they go on a 30-3 run, and
Damn.
it was wicked. It got wicked, but
That's crazy. Going on a 33 run and still seeing how low scoring the game
that's what I'm
is. Like
saying. Like, bro, what? Y'all scored 98
the
points.
game got clicking. They started clicking on offense and they still couldn't score 100 points. Like
It's
that's
crazy,
crazy.
crazy, crazy, crazy. So moving on here, another interesting series. It's not necessarily too interesting, but because of the dynamic of some big injury. But the Spurs 2-1 against the Blazers. Watched that game the other night. Stephon Castle really showed up. I think he had 33 points last night, but what was really not necessarily surprising because he's been like this all game. All year. But Dylan Harper, bro, that
Yeah.
guy is tough. That guy is tough. Um, he had
I think he's
27
the
off the bench
first,
last night,
the first rookie of all time to drop 25 and 10 off the bench in the playoffs.
bro. And this dude, it's one play he had. Trying to figure out who he had out there. This is like after he hit like a three. He came back down. They were just kind of feeding him. He came back down. He get it in the right corner. He kind of just gives a little jab, hits the baseline, and then just punches. I'm talking about punches on Rob Williams, and Rob Williams been ducking on them like this whole series, and he just punches on them. I'm like,
And I'm
yeah,
like the thing is with specifically with Dylan Harper, he's like he was so good at getting downhill and finishing in college. Like that was really his main
yeah,
benefactor. Like he was a guy who is extremely efficient at the rim and
hmm
can get to the rim at will. The only gripe was his shooting ability. But
yeah,
when he has a night like this where he damn near can't miss, like
right, yeah, yeah,
he's almost unguardable. Like
yep,
if his shot is hitting, he's still gonna be able to get downhill at will.
yep,
Like and he's still gonna be very efficient at the rim.
and
So there's really not much you can do about
some of these buckets was on Drew Holiday, and Drew Holiday was
him.
hooping last night. Like he
Yeah,
was playing great defense. I think he had almost 30.
he had
Uh,
29.
yeah, and it was different. It was different. But yeah, Wemby didn't play last night. They still got the dub. I think it's kind of spooky for the Spurs though. For the Blazers to be giving them a little bit of competition right now without Wemby. Um, it's kind of like it's a little concerning because
For later in the
overall, right,
playoffs.
for later, because you just don't know
I
when
mean, but
you.
this is what I was talking about, like the lack of experience on the
Yep,
team, like
yep,
it means something because they are playing another team with lack of experience in the playoffs. I mean, the only person you have that's been in multiple playoff series is like Drew Holiday, and like I mean, you can say Robert Williams, but Robert Williams has only played in so many of those games that he's been involved in. So
right,
I mean, it's really just it's Harrison Barnes, it's Harrison Barnes and Drew Holiday that have the real playoff experience on these two teams,
yeah,
and you're kind of seeing that with like the explosions in different players. Like tonight or last night, it was Dylan Harper. The night before, it was Scoot Henderson, which
yeah,
nobody expected,
yeah,
and I mean, this just goes to show like the lack. Like everybody's going through their little like. I mean, you're gonna have your bad games, then you're
hmm
gonna have the explosions, and I mean, if they can't sustain Scoot Henderson and like and
right,
Drew Holiday,
yeah,
who's to say that they can contain whatever's coming for them next round?
right, right,
Because what is it going to be? It's going to be either Jamal Murray or
or,
or
or
Anthony Edwards.
like yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
Nah, bro, and they one of them guys they gonna attack those weaknesses,
yes,
and
over and over.
the Blazers just don't have the personnel to attack those weaknesses right now. Um, another series to catch up on. Um, we have the 76ers in Boston. Not really a lot to talk about there. Um, Boston is up 2-1.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
I
Maxi's
mean,
been hooping.
back Maxi's been hooping. VJ's been hooping. I just think if it would have been something more and more excitement if they were just fully healthy, and I think they could have really give Boston a run for their money if they were fully healthy. But
Yeah, I
I
mean, because
mean,
these games have been close.
yeah, they've been close.
Like,
They've been close. They like the Boston has actually have had to work to close these games out. So
I mean, other than like game one, game one wasn't really close. The Sixers did then game two they kind of took off towards the end of the game, but I mean, game three. I think like a minute left. It was
mhm,
like a 4-point game at one point. So
yeah,
like they really just had to close out that game. But even that game, Maxey with 31 that game, yeah, didn't really get much from others on offense. If you're the Sixers, obviously you ask for more, especially when the Celtics get up that many threes. Like there's only so much
Yeah,
you can do
yeah, and
when they get up that
they'll live
many
and die on
threes.
that too. Um,
I mean, that's kind of what happened game two. Like,
yeah,
game two, what I want to say they shot like, yeah, they shot 26% from three
mhm,
and they got up 53s.
right. I mean,
So,
and honestly, with Boston, is just they just take their open shot. Like it's not
yeah,
gonna be. We're not gonna say, okay, we miss a couple and we're gonna start putting pressure on the rim. We're just gonna have a mixture of everything, and whatever is open, whatever shot is open, that's what we're gonna take. And if that means we're taking 53s, then hey, we're just gonna live and die on that. But yeah, I wish Joel played in this series. I think he would have definitely been an X factor for them.
oh yeah.
Um, but yeah, shout out to the Sixers. We can move on to Minnesota being 2-1 in Denver. What I had in my notes here, defense is really in question um, with with Denver right now, in which we never really just saw Denver as a highly touted defensive team anyway. Um, but for Jaden McDaniels to say that publicly, and which I love that. Come on now, like
Yeah, there's
and
real
and
animosity between these
you know what I'm
teams.
saying, and the rivalry that they built up through the years,
Yeah.
how exciting this series is. Anytime that these guys meet up, like it's definitely exciting. And he kind of just said it straight up, like they can't hang when it comes to the defense, and when you're putting pressure on the rim, it opens up a lot of stuff for Minnesota. So what did you kind of think about those remarks that Jaden Daniels made and McDaniels made, and how it kind of just unfolded in the
I mean, I
game?
don't, I don't agree with the Aaron Gordon part,
No,
but
no, no, no. We know
everybody,
that. Yeah.
everybody else though, I mean, he kind of got a point. Like,
Right.
these are guys you want to attack,
Hmm.
like especially when you have highly touted offensive players like Ant. These are
Right.
guys that you want to go after, especially Jokic. They haven't felt Jokic's presence at the rim all series.
Hmm.
Like there's been a lot of plays where I'm just watching and there's just a real lack of effort
Man,
on
Rudy is
Jokic's
going at
side.
this man, bro.
Yeah, like
Rudy getting no bag is going
there's
at
literally
Jokic.
there's a supreme like lack of effort when it comes to him contesting at the rim or even like giving a try. Like
Yeah,
there's a
like,
lot of the times they're getting really like what shouldn't be an open layup
hmm
and it ends up being an open layup because Jokic is just watching them go up. Like
yeah. But you got to think though, he uses a lot of energy on the offensive side, and not even that. He's not trying to get himself in foul trouble because he goes out the game. It's kind of over with. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like
no, for sure.
If Jokic fouls out the game, it'll be really hard. This is not like him missing some games during the regular season and Jamal Murray picking that up. I don't. It's not gonna be that type of thing.
I think
Yeah.
what has really benefited the Wolves though is they've kind of just baited the Nuggets into playing the kind of game they want to play,
Yep.
getting really
Absolutely.
physical.
Yep.
I mean, it's getting past the point where like the Nuggets are actually really running offensive sets and they're
Yep.
kind of settling just for the pick and roll,
Mhm.
which can only work so much when you're playing against those level of defenders. Like
Right.
Jaden McDaniels is one of the best screen navigators in the league.
Exactly.
So
And the
for him
length,
to be
like
able to,
his arms,
yeah,
it's
like
just like you're not
for
gonna
him to
be
be
able to
able to
just
get over
yeah.
Jokic screens and get contests on threes
Yep.
off of the pick and roll, like he's such a high level of defender. Then on the back end, you do still have Gobert. I mean,
Mhm.
what's really been happening is Jokic has been settling a lot.
Yeah.
Jokic has been settling a
And it's
lot. I
making
mean,
Rudy look good. It's making Rudy look
it's
really
making Rudy
good
look
right now.
really good because Rudy's just living with him shooting threes. Like
Right.
he's making him play from the outside in,
Hmm.
which isn't really Jokic's play style. Like Jokic has
Yeah.
been a high clip shooter before,
Yeah.
but that's not what he wants to
To
do
do. Yeah.
majority of the
It's
time.
like a
Like
bonus.
yeah, yeah, it's just like I think last year he shot something crazy like
Like a high. Yeah.
45%
Like
from
40s.
three
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yep.
But I mean since the latter part of the season, like All-Star break, I think I saw a stat that said like 31% from three or something like that. So he
Hmm.
hasn't been the the high efficiency shooter we have seen him be in the past, and
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert is taking advantage of that. Like
Absolutely.
he started last game in the first quarter, he was 1 for 8
Hmm.
in the first quarter, and he took three threes and missed all three of them. Like
Right.
he was really settling a lot, and that's I mean I think the biggest thing that Jokic does is he kind of feels his touch from inside to out. Like
Right.
he'll start off getting like his little putbacks or the little baby hooks
Yeah. The
and
little
stuff like that.
floaters and
And once stuff starts falling,
yeah.
that's when his game starts to really get like more and more dangerous the farther he gets out.
Yep.
But he hasn't got those easy looks this
Hmm.
series, and that's really been a problem for the Nuggets in general
Yep. For sure, but definitely an exciting series. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I think do they play
tonight.
Sunday? Oh, they play tonight.
Hmm.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. I'm definitely gonna tap in with that. Moving on to another series. Cleveland leads the Raptors 2-1, but gets blasted 26 to 104. Like didn't know where that come from. Didn't see any of the stats or anything like that.
I
From the
got them right
Raptors
here.
side,
They were just shooting lights out.
lights out.
Like
I
they shot
figured.
61% from three, 57% from the field. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
literally just couldn't miss.
they just couldn't miss. They had one of them nights. Just had
Yeah,
one of them nights.
RJ Barrett and Scotty Barnes both had 33.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Jamison Battle shot 4 for 4 from three.
Uh,
Yeah, they literally just couldn't miss. I mean, the Cavs didn't even shoot that bad. Like they shot 44% from the field.
hmm.
But you did get the James Harden game you were expecting
Yep.
to get eventually.
Yep.
James Harden, 18 points on 13 shots. He wasn't efficient really at all that game. I mean,
Hmm.
you didn't get the Donovan Mitchell you have been getting.
Right.
Donovan Mitchell ended up shooting 1 for 7 from three in this game. Even Evan Mobley, 15 points on 13 shots.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like their stars weren't like the level that they wanted them to be, and everybody showed up for the
For the
Raptors.
Raptors, yeah. I mean, it just seems like just by looking at the score, it just seemed like they just Raptors had one of them nights, and you know, Cleveland just wasn't there that night. And that happens. It's not. I wouldn't even say that. I'm really surprised that James Harden got up 13 shots. Like, because usually it'll be those low, really low. Even though that's still like I need James Harden to get more shots than 13 shots. But they still lead 2-1. So I still got the Cavs for that series. So um, definitely tapping into that series for sure. And for the real series, out of everything that we're gonna talk about today, the Rockets are up 3-0. I mean, the Lakers are up 3-0 on the Rockets. Watched that game last night. This is crazy. Now, if y'all listened to our episode last week, we had some stuff that we talked about with this series and how we felt about this series. It's been flipped upside down. Everything that we talked about,
Absolutely. Not
everything
everything we talked about went out the window. Nothing has happened that we
well, you
talked
know
about.
me, I was with my guys, but I'm still a realist, and I did believe that we had a good enough roster to at least compete, to at least get us a game, but I did not see 3-0 at all. And it's not like there's been any blowout games or anything like that.
All the
All the
games have been
games,
close.
all the
It's
games
kind
have been close.
what it's reminded me of is the Kyrie and Katie Nets when they
Hmm.
played the Celtics in the first round and got swept.
Hmm.
It's kind of like that. All of those games were lost by less than 10
Or
points.
even or
But
even when Denver plays the Lakers, like,
yeah,
and we
like they
got
go
swept.
on a lot of runs,
Yeah.
and it's really just a game of runs, like
Hmm.
over and over through
Yeah.
every single game.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time, um, in our group chat and everything like that. I just really think these guys they just haven't had that moment yet, and they need a leader out there. And not to say KD's not a leader, but they need a leader in a person who's a ball handler.
Fred VanVleet.
But they need Fred. And as much as he tries to lead from the sidelines, it's not effective. And your boy Reed, I'm sorry, man. 25
I got a stat for you though.
25% from the field, 30% from the 3-point line. It's not gonna get it done. It's not gonna get it done.
I got a stat for you though. Look, I
Let me know
think
something.
so. The four-man lineup of Reed Shepherd, Amin Thompson, Jabari Smith, and Alfred Şengün have
Mhm.
played 61 minutes together in this series.
Mhm.
They've outscored the Lakers by 31 in those 61 minutes, and they have a plus 22 net rating. Reed Shepherd, even if he isn't, this is what I've been trying to like get into you and Pop's head. Like Reed Shepherd, when he's on the court, even if he isn't hitting himself, and he's gonna have his mental lapses and
Mhm.
and
I
and,
mean,
and
he's a
his
young
mistakes
player,
and
so
everything. So like, I mean, that's gonna come with it.
right.
But him being on the court is just a plus for the Rockets in general.
Yeah.
Our offense is always gonna be lackluster, but there has to be something that can go right in the
Right.
offense.
Right.
That's
And
the thing. So like when we have guys like Jay Tate on the court or like, I mean, even we played Jeff Green last night,
I
bro.
know,
Like
bro.
we played Jeff Green last night. Guys like Ja Kogi, even Dorian Finney-Smith, like these guys are just non-factors on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. And
And that's
it's
not the case with Reed Shepherd, even
right.
if his shot isn't falling.
And it's easier for when you like you talked about the Okogie and Tate and Denny Finney Smith. It's easier for us to rotate because
You don't have to hustle.
yeah, they're not effective. And I get you. It makes our defense work harder when Reed is on the floor. But if he's not hitting, it just it don't
But
it,
it
it,
obviously means something.
I mean,
This
it does
game
mean something.
He played 40 minutes, we went to OT. We
Yeah,
should have won the game.
yeah.
Look,
I should have won the game.
the Rockets the Rockets actually like they're astounding when it comes to
Closing
late
out,
game.
man. Oh
Like
my gosh.
they've actually invented new ways to lose
To
games like
lose,
I've never seen in my life.
no,
We blew the biggest overtime lead of all time.
right.
Like we just lost a 6 point lead in 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds, bro. When I saw Marcus Smart get that steal, and it was the dumbest thing for Tate to even be close to him.
And that was my thing. So like a lot of people are putting the blame on Reed Shepherd. Of course, that was a terrible turnover. But Jabari Smith, the play before that, when
Yeah,
bringing the ball up court, there's no ball pressure.
but you gotta
There's
think,
literally zero ball pressure.
and I get you. And shout out to Drent's man, not the French man, on Instagram. He breaks down a whole bunch of film and stuff like that. He says this is why we need to bring back positions in basketball. It doesn't need to be positionless basketball because Jabari's already wired to. Okay, I need to get this to a ball handler. We need to get into a set, so I need to get this to a ball handler. You got a man Thompson. He's running down the court when he's really supposed to be coming to get the ball. He just needs to come back and get the ball and I get it. Jabari could have just dribbled it down the court. He got
Not
nobody in
like
front of
it.
him. But you
It's
got to
not like
think.
it's something we've never seen before.
And I
Like
get you, bro. But you got to think about these moments and how big these moments is, and that's just probably how his brain is wired, and that's why you need a traditional point guard, somebody who's gonna say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna come and get the ball in these moments. You're up 6. We get the steal, and then the foul. It could have been negated. Even the steal could have been negated if the foul didn't occur. Like the
yeah, that's
foul
oh
was
my bro. Jason Tate actually like Bro, what was the plan
It was
during that
no
contest?
like
You literally just threw your body at him. Like
right.
what?
And then you looking crazy like you didn't just
Literally, he literally just launched at the man. Like,
it did. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, y'all, when Braun took that transition, I don't even think it was a transition three. When he took the three, and it was like, I was like, okay, I think Rockets got the one. They got the momentum. Braun was just looking very lackadaisical, especially that transition when y'all, I think y'all went up six when
yeah, when
Şengün
when Şengün got the steal.
got the steal, and then even with the turnover and Şengün just outran Braun because I think Braun was trying to get a foul or something like that,
Yeah.
and he just outran him and then went and got a bucket. But yeah, like it was in the bag. It was in the bag. But like you said, closing games for the Rockets is hard, and I'm just gonna chalk it up to their youth. I'm not even because Ime is a good coach, but I mean, it's only so much you can do with your personnel that you have on the floor.
It falls on Ime Udoka.
Yeah, and it's
Like
gonna fall on them. It's
it
gonna
it
fall
it
on them.
it still falls on Ime Udoka. I mean, really, when this game went to OT, I knew we were gonna lose. Because like, I mean, before this game, we were 1-7 on OT on the season.
Hmm.
Go into this game, we're 1-8 now.
Yep.
So if the game goes into OT, you can chalk it up as a loss for the Rockets. And it's like at certain points in the game, we just quit on trying to run sets in general. And
Right.
without Kevin Durant, it's even more of a problem
Yep.
because I mean, Şengün played amazing this game.
He
He
did.
he played amazing. But there's only so much he can do for the offense
Hmm.
when nobody's moving off the ball. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna get very easy help on him
Yep.
and
I mean,
we're not hitting.
even the last, before, I mean, within regulation, when he gets the
Yeah,
post
when he
up
gets the post up on the right block,
on the right block, like
uh, they
Ron
bring
just says,
help and
I'm just gonna help. I'm not finna go
exactly.
and guard nobody. Y'all can sit in the screen and do whatever y'all want to do. Like
And ISO ball is just not gonna work for us. Like
it's not.
Ime, at some point, Ime Udoka needs to realize like his personnel.
Hmm.
That's not what we're built for. We
Yep.
are a team that needs to get advantages,
Yep.
and this is just something that we don't. The only advantages that we get are mismatches, and
Yep.
that's just off ball screens.
Yep.
And off the off ball screens, they just help.
Yep.
And on offense, we switch everything.
Yep.
You know how many times I watched Şengün guard LeBron in
Oh
the
my
clutch
gosh.
last night?
Oh my gosh.
Bro, for what reason would we have Tari Eason switch off of
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 LeBron.
LeBron to get Şengün to guard? I saw Şengün guard LeBron at least like 7 times
Yeah.
last night in the
Yeah.
fourth quarter and OT combined.
And another thing, I told you they're gonna make Reed work on that defensive end,
And I think that's fine.
but
Like,
he has to cancel that out. He can't let Marcus Smart score 20 and not at least match that. He
I
got
mean,
he
because
has
like
he
what
got to
this
at least
game,
match that.
he had a lot of good defensive possessions on Rui Hachimura and Jake
Yeah,
LaRavia
yeah, he did.
specifically. And I think those are the type of matchups that you have to take,
Hmm.
especially when DeAndre Ayton or even Jackson Hayes are on the court because
Yeah,
you still do have the ability to help.
yep.
Um, and I mean, they're going to try to take him in the post, and I just think that that's something that you live with. You don't
You just
want
got to
him on a
live with it.
primary ball handler.
Yep,
You don't want him on a knockdown shooter that gets off of screens a lot. So, I mean, the Jake LaRavia, the wings that work primarily off ball, those are the type of matchups you have to give Reed Shepherd.
yeah. And
And
and and Reed was getting his matchup when y'all got up on the offensive side. He was getting his matchups that he wanted. He was getting switched out because we pretty much switched a lot of stuff too. And when it came to y'all picking rolls him and Reed being going against a big, and he was just blowing by them.
Yeah.
Some of them,
And
he was just missing point blank layups. But like,
yeah, that was his at the rim finishing was a real problem
yeah,
last night. Like even the at the rim decision making.
yeah,
Like there was a certain point in the fourth quarter. I don't remember the exact timestamp or anything, but I think he got DeAndre Ayton on him,
yeah,
and he took him downhill, and LeBron helped.
mm-hmm,
LeBron jumped straight vertical with him, and
mm-hmm,
Reed just didn't know what to do in the air. Like
yeah,
he was already in the air, and he just didn't. His decision that he made, he tried to do like a up and under, and it
yeah,
failed miserably. Like
yeah,
that. But like I said, those are the mistakes you have to live with when it
mm-hmm,
comes with to Reed Shepherd. Like I mean, you got all you could ask for from the combination of Şengün, Amin, and Jabari
mm-hmm.
last night. You just asked for more from the others. So
And mental, bro. This is a mental game as much as it is a physical and athleticism game and a talent game. It is all mental. Like I think the way that Bron showed up last night, he kind of showed everything that consists of a great basketball player. Having the physical attributes, having the talent, and just mentally being locked in. Because when's the last time we seen Bron pick up 94 feet at the last point of the game and then
and get a steal.
really get beat? But he's so
He made the
savvy.
effort.
He's so savvy.
Yeah.
He made the effort to at least just go and even try to get the back tap steal, and ultimately ended up getting it. And then the basketball gods reward him with the with the him being able to. I mean, y'all almost got the ball back at that time.
Yep.
And him being able to get it to Luke Kennard, and then Luke Kennard making a good basketball play to get it back to him, and him tying up that game. And
And that's a tough shot.
that's a
Like
tough shot. A
he
tough
made it
shot.
over basically a double
A
contest.
double
Like
contest. Making it look crazy.
when I saw that shot go, he's the GOAT, bro. Like
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
he's the GOAT. So like when I saw that shot go up, I kind of knew it was going in.
Yeah.
But
At
at the
today, I'm
same
like,
time,
I'm
like
lit. I'm lit. I'm lit at the job. I'm
at
like,
the same time, I'm like, bro, he just got contested by two people. Like and it
telling
didn't
you.
matter.
I'm
It
telling you.
literally, I mean, even the end of regulation, the
Oh
shot that
my
he got
gosh.
on Şengün, by the
On
way,
Şengün.
on Şengün, by the way, another time that we switched Şengün on the LeBron.
Yeah.
Why? I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it was
Because they're
really
getting so many,
reminiscent.
we're getting so much. The sets is what's making them have to be able to switch everything. We're getting so many backdoor cuts and working stuff off ball screens.
Our
Like,
our perimeter defenders are just too good to be letting the
yeah,
screens
yeah,
affect them that much though. And
yeah,
I think that's has a lot more to do with the game plan
that too.
than our actual defensive
Yeah,
ability.
instead of
Like
you should
I
just
know
tell them to go
Tari
and
Eason
fight.
can get around a DeAndre Ayton screen.
Yep.
I know Amin Thompson can get around a Rui Hachimura screen.
Mhm.
But these are things that we've implemented in our game plan to, hey, you guys, we don't want to switch these because or
Mhm.
we want to switch these because we don't want to get beat on the roll.
Yeah.
But that's what we're supposed to do when it comes to our defensive ability to rotate.
Yep.
Like that's just regular basketball. If he gets beat by the screen that bad, then okay, then
Yeah.
we either switch, we hedge, or we have backside help on the roll, and
Yep.
that's where we start to rotate.
Rotate. Yep.
But there's none of that. It's literally just the switch high on the ball, and
Mhm.
they're getting the exact matchup that they want to get. We
Yep.
know that they're attacking mismatches,
Mhm.
and we just do nothing about it.
Yep. That's true. I've yet to see y'all go in the zone either. So I mean, just to kind of switch it up, just to give different looks or anything like that. So
But I will say this game did remind me a lot of the earlier season Rockets.
hmm
Our defense was a lot better this game,
yeah,
especially when it comes to forcing turnovers.
yeah. That third quarter, at the
Um,
end of that third quarter, and then starting the fourth, I was like, oh
it, wa-
wee.
it was a lot like the older Rockets,
hmm
a lot of high energy.
hmm
And really what I just didn't like was the like the late game offense, sure, it was gonna be it was gonna be as bad as it is. But like if we had Kevin Durant in this game, I also don't think we would have been as good as we were defensively in this game. And that's not to, fault Kevin Durant for any of our flaws,
Yeah,
but at the same time, it just doesn't seem like he's mentally checked in when it comes to the team. Like,
yeah,
you
and
don't even see Kevin Durant on the sidelines when he's injured.
yeah,
Like, this is a playoff game.
right.
And we had a high priority playoff game at that.
Hmm.
We had the ability to go down 3-0, or we can go 2-1 going back to home after this game. And Kevin Durant isn't on the sideline.
I think dude is checked out, bro. And to be honest, to be completely honest, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another move. And I wouldn't even be surprised if this thing kind of blew up. Not to the sense of you guys are losing young players and stuff, but bringing something else in, something a little bit more fresh. Because I think dude is checked out, and when somebody of that caliber of talent checks out, and you got these younger guys looking up to that person,
Especially guys like Jabari Smith, because we
right?
know like
That's his guy.
that's literally like his idol.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying, and basically you're giving them the okay to just be like, all right, 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
yeah,
So,
like
so
I could I could talk about this game literally all
yeah,
day. But like,
all night, and um, to that fact, KD is a great player, great talent, one of the greats in this entire sport. But yeah, definitely need. I just need a point guard. If Fred, I wouldn't. A lot of these problems wouldn't happen if Fred was in the lineup. So that's kind of just what I'm gonna chalk it to. But shout out to Goat James.
yeah, shout out to the GOAT. Shout out to the GOAT.
Shout out to Goat James, man. Well, we'll wrap up the NBA. Got some couple games tonight that we'll be tapping into. I did want to bring up my Eagles. Go Birds, you know what I'm saying? NFL draft started Thursday. Obviously, the Raiders had the number 1 pick, went with Fernando
We knew who it was
Mendoza.
gonna be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
went with him. I think number 2, I want to say
it was David Bailey.
David Bailey.
Go Raiders. Go Red Raiders.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
And
Texas
I'll just
Tech
do the
alone.
top 3. Then the Cardinals took Jeremiah Love, which now makes
Which
him
was
the
insane.
insane. Now he's the highest paid running back in the league right now. So
That was actually, I mean, bro, that running back room. What?
that franchise.
You
What?
have Jeremiah Love, James Conner, Trey Benson, and Tyler Algier in the same backfield.
Come on, bro.
What?
With a terrible O line.
Terrible O line.
A terrible O line. Who's the quarterback?
Jacoby Brissett,
I'm like,
Carson Beck. They drafted Carson Beck in the 3rd round.
No, I saw something crazy. It was like the class of 2020, and it has a picture of JSN, and under it says, "I won a Super Bowl." Then Will Anderson was like, I'm the highest paid non-quarterback," and Carson Beck was under there. It was like, "I can't wait to start my rookie year." It's like
I mean,
crazy
no,
stuff. But
you
yeah,
get it. You use as many years as you can get.
right. Hey, go get that chicken, man. Yeah, that was the top 3. But like I said, I wanted to kind of talk about my Eagles here. Round 1, we did have pick 23. We ended up trading up with Dallas.
Right above the Steelers, by the
Right
way,
above the
which
Steelers,
is my team.
which is your team. Yes.
I really expected we were gonna get Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah.
I honestly think we were damn near on the phone with Mekhi Lemon.
Oh yeah.
By the time that you guys
He called.
made that trade,
Yeah.
you guys traded up right above us, and
Yeah.
you stole a pick. You
And-
stole a pick.
My whole thing was, I was like, when I saw it, I was like, dang, why didn't I'm sure we could have probably got him at 23, but then when I started doing some more research and seeing that you guys were we're looking at
That was
him.
literally gonna be our pick. Like,
Yeah. So when y'all
I
look
honestly
at him,
think we kind of panicked
mm-hmm.
with our pick. We didn't submit the pick until like 25 seconds left.
Yeah,
Y'all kind of just put us in like a rock
in it,
between a rock and a hard place because
yeah,
like
for sure.
we're already having conversations with this guy. This guy knows he's gonna come to us,
Yep,
and literally in the blink of an eye, he's no longer on the board.
just like
So
that.
now we have to go through everything,
Right,
and the entire process has to go back, be like, I don't know. It was kind of everything that I wasn't wanting from a
right,
Steelers pick. Like, I was good. Everything I was asked, I was just like, please just give me a sexy Steelers pick. Like, just don't give me alignment.
right.
All that's all we've been getting the past couple drafts. Just don't give me
Yeah,
alignment. And it's exactly what we
and
got.
that's exactly what they
And
do.
and that's not to like, fault Max or anything. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
do think he has the profile to be a good tackle.
Yeah,
He's really athletic, huge.
yeah,
And he was really light on his feet at Arizona State.
yep,
Um, but it's just not what I was looking for.
yeah,
It's just not what I was looking
for
for.
sure, for sure. Like I said, we trade up to number 20 from the Cowboys. We get Makai Lemon, 5'11", 192. He had a 1,100 yards last year with 13
Litnikoff
TDs.
winner.
Lindekoff winner, and yeah, the guy is his measurables aren't what I mean. This class isn't really deep when it comes to like just a crazy like freak when it comes to the wide receiver position, but he is a dog. That guy's a dog. He doesn't. I think I want to see. Shout out to PHLY podcast that I listen to, but this man doesn't drop the ball. He rarely drops the ball. Anything that's really thrown to him, and if he's schemed up to get the ball, he's gonna catch it. He's gonna make things happen.
He's very Amon Ra St.
Yeah,
Brown.
yeah, for
Like,
sure. And I think that is perfect
that's the
for
type of
our
guy that he
pedigree.
is.
And obviously what the consensus is that AJ will not be with us next year. So,
AJ might not be with you next month.
well obviously, you know what I'm saying, AJ won't be with us
Yeah.
for the next coming up football season. So, it's definitely we're building up that room to be able to nobody's going to replace AJ. It's going to be by committee. So, like with that being said, I think this was a great pickup. I think we got a room that could really do some things. We definitely still got some stuff to work on, but yeah, great pickup. In round 2, we get tight end Eli Stowers from Vanderbilt. Didn't watch Vanderbilt at all last year.
That guy is really good. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
a
lie.
freakish athlete. Like I did some research on him. He was a quarterback turned tight end, 6'3", around 240. He had 769 yards last year with four touchdowns. His testing in the combine, he sets records for tight ends for the broad jump at 11.3, and then the vertical jump at a 45.5-inch vertical. Like that is some traits
That guy's a freak.
that I would bet on in the second round, especially with us just having Dallas Goedert for just another year contract, and basically our whole tight end room right now is just year contracts, and we don't have any type of long-term deals when it comes to our tight end room. So it's definitely something that Howie Roseman is going to have to pay attention to, and I think that's definitely a developmental piece right there when it comes to Eli Stowers. So shout out to Eli Stowers. And our round 3 pick, I like this pick. I think he's an Eagles eagle. He's an Eagles fan, Eagle type of dude. Like Markel Bill, 6'9", 345, 36-inch arms, very long arms, a 7.26 wingspan. He didn't give up any sacks in about 500, a little bit over 500 pass block snaps. Started all 16 games for Miami, which had the best offense last year. Made it all the way to the national championship. So I think he's more so of like that Jordan Davis type of, probably gonna have to get his weight down just a little bit. work on some things with him, be able to develop him, and he just has a pretty decent upside. And he's a tackle. He's very
And
light on his feet.
these are good guys for him to learn from
Yeah. Oh
as
man.
well.
Oh
Lane
man.
Johnson and Jordan Mailata, like
Come on,
these are
man.
two probably the best two tackles
Right.
in the league,
Right.
other than probably Trent
And
Williams.
I
But
know we
like,
lost our offensive lineman coach, but I think the system can kind of override that a little bit, like what he's implemented in there, over there. So I think that'll be good for Markel Bell. So shout out to the number 6 overall pick. Number 68 pick, the tackle Markel Bell, 6'9", 345 is like
insane. Yeah, that's
that's crazy. And we did make a trade also. Jonathan Grenard, pass rusher, for 2 third-round picks. One this year, one in a future third-round pick next year. And he also agrees to a 4-year, $100 million contract with $50 million guaranteed. So
I think that was a good move for you
yeah,
guys.
I
Like,
think we needed a
if
veteran
there's
edge.
anything that Jonathan Grenard can do, it is rush the passer.
Yeah.
While his run defense isn't that good when it comes
hmm
to shedding blocks and whatnot, but I mean he'll give y'all what you guys were lacking on the QB pressure type of thing.
Yeah. And I think, it's definitely with us losing Jalen Phillips and kind of having to find that fill that void, which we have some great young talent in Jalix Hunt and Nolan Smith. Um, these guys are really good, but we need a veteran in there. We need somebody who's proven, even though he did have an injury um, recently, but I think obviously the Eagles wouldn't go after somebody that they wouldn't evaluate and see if they're ready to go, because you did have some other guys that was on the table in uh, Thibodeau from New York. Max Crosby was still on the table, especially if you were gonna pay somebody $100 million for 4 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was a great pickup. I think it's definitely that veteran presence in our in that room for the edge, and we still got some work to do, but I love how we did in this draft, and definitely gonna pay attention to more of that here. So, um, what is Pittsburgh? What do they need to do, man? Who's your quarterback?
I mean
Oh, y'all
we
don't know if
still
Aaron Rodgers is
we
still
still
is
don't
coming
know if
back or not.
Rodgers is coming back or not, but if
Ooh,
not, then it will probably be either Will Howard or I mean, we just selected Drew Aller in the third round.
from Penn, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Pittsburgh guy already,
hmm
or at least a Pennsylvania guy.
Right.
Um, and he's a project
Yeah.
for sure. But the thing that I like for him over Will Howard is the fact that he does still have a decently high ceiling. Like
hmm
he's a guy, if he is to develop, he will be a good NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
And Will Howard, on the other hand, is kind of a more floor guy. Like he'll give you he reminds me a lot of Jacoby Brissett actually. Like
Yeah.
he's that type. He's most likely not gonna lose you a lot of games, but he also won't win you a lot
Winning
of
games.
games.
Yeah. Steady,
Um,
steady, steady, steady dude.
yeah, but we've made some decent moves in this draft. Like I said, we drafted Max in the first round.
hmm
Second round, I literally predicted exactly what we were gonna do after we
hmm
didn't get a receiver in the first round. We traded up to number 47 and we drafted Jeremy Bernard
hmm
out of Alabama. I think that's a guy that pretty much provides almost exactly what we need in a receiver.
Yeah.
Of course, we already have like Michael Pittman and DK Metcalf as of right now,
Yeah.
but we did need a guy who can work out of the slot more, and
hmm
a guy that's good in the open field,
Yeah. A little bit
and
more of
that
like a
that's
route technician.
that's exactly what Jeremy Bernard is, and that's what he's been for Alabama. Just a guy who you get the ball in his hands, and he's gonna show you what he can do.
Right. And that's
Um,
exactly why y'all wanted McCutcheon, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, but yeah, then third round we drafted Drew Aller.
hmm
Um, Drafted Drew Aller. Like I said, he's more of a project pick.
Hmm.
Then we ended up getting Jennings Dunker, which I think is a really good pick,
Mm.
from Iowa. You
Okay.
know that's a really big offensive line
Yeah.
school,
Yeah.
and I mean Jennings was just really good in college. Like he's a really good pass protector. He probably might move to guard, which would be more beneficial to us. He doesn't really have the measurables of a tackle.
Hmm.
He's about like 6'5", 320 with shorter arms.
Yeah.
So he probably will move into guard, which would just provide guard depth for us because
Yeah.
we don't necessarily need a starting guard right now.
Hmm.
Then uh really who I wanted us to take a gamble on is Jermod McCoy, who didn't go in day two
Hmm.
or day one.
Hmm.
Of course he has his injury concerns and everything, but
Is that the corner?
yeah, out of Tennessee,
Yeah.
his 2024 was really, really good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, before he did get injured, but I mean, I guess there's real concerns when it comes to that knee. Um, but
Yeah.
th that's
I
a
heard
guy
some
that I
other
wanted.
stuff about um and I'm this is just stuff that I've heard around. I don't have any real sources or anything like that, but like I heard that he declined the Senior Bowl. He
Yeah.
also, didn't test out at the combine. He had a pro day, which they said he looked pretty good there. Um, but
I mean, I do
because
understand
then
him
he
declining the
played.
Senior Bowl.
But with that being said, he got injured and he was cleared to come back at the half of the season and I guess declined to come back. I mean, to play at Tennessee, which is definitely understandable. But for you to kind of decline the Senior Bowl and not test out at the combine, it's kind of like we haven't really seen you since your injury. So like, what's kind of the
Yeah, I
deal
mean,
with that?
he got injured in early 2025,
Yeah,
January 2025.
yeah,
So, I mean, tore his ACL. You know how that recovery is and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Especially for
Um,
football, it's a little bit
yeah.
it's a little bit different when it
So
comes there.
like I do understand him like declining like Senior Bowl. I
Yeah,
mean, honestly, and testing.
yeah,
Simply because, like, I mean, with your pro day, you will get benefit of the doubt from your coaches and
absolutely,
things like that. They're gonna show
absolutely,
what's the best of you, and
absolutely.
that's not really the case with the combine.
Yeah, they're literally
You're
looking for flaws in
yeah. So like,
at the combine.
I understand why. Like, but I mean, this guy was so good in
Yeah,
2024. Like, he was probably the best corner in college football during 2024, and it really does suck that he did get injured
injured.
so
Yeah,
early in 2025. But this is a guy that I wanted to take a gamble on just because, I mean, from what we've seen when he is healthy, the dude is a lockdown corner.
and I
Like he,
mean, y'all, that second corner spot is open.
yeah,
Because I love Jalen Ramsey at the safety position, bro. Like
yeah.
I think he's such a smart player to where he can get guys in position and he's a big dude. He's gonna handle
Well,
the
no,
ball.
no, we did get Jamel Dean, so I
Okay.
mean that second corner spot, but like when we run dime packages and stuff like that,
Hmm.
we would like another DB, but I mean we've already kind of improved on our secondary, which I do really like the fact of. Um, uh, but what I did want to talk about is the amount of Texas Tech alumni I'm seeing go early. Man, like we had David Bailey go number two overall.
Hmm.
Then going to into day two. Day two is when we really saw like a good amount of Red Raiders go off the board. Of course, Jacob Rodriguez
Hmm.
ended up going to Miami. I do think this is a good spot for him to go. He's, I mean, learning with Jordan Brooks there,
Hmm.
a guy who has produced in on the NFL level, also a Texas Tech alum. Uh,
Tight.
then we had Lee Hunter go number 49 to the Panthers in the second round. Then to third round, we had I know Caleb Douglas was off the board in this round.
Hmm.
He also went to Miami. Then Romello Height went number 70 to the 49ers. I was honestly expecting him to be earlier than this. I wasn't
Hmm.
expecting a third round pick. Um, I don't know exactly what it is that had him drop this low, but I mean he had first round hype
Hmm.
earlier in the draft process.
Yeah.
And for him to go in the third round, I mean, I don't know if that's a steal for the Niners or if it was more to say about him himself. But I mean, yeah, we've had a lot of Red Raiders go off the board, man,
Yeah.
and it's nice to see.
Shout out to Texas Tech, man. Shout out to Texas Tech. But that'll wrap it up for the draft. Shout out to the Eagles, doing a great job. Um, get well soon to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, uh, I want to talk about some miscellaneous stuff. Are you gonna watch the MJ movie, Michael Jackson movie?
I am, but I've heard it's not what people
Or
expect out of
expecting?
biopics. Like,
Okay, okay. I'm gonna
it's a
tap
lot
in.
less of the it's a lot less. You know how like in biopic you usually find out a lot of things that we didn't know about the person and
Hmm.
whatnot. Like in the Ray Charles one where Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx played it. But this is like apparently this one is just like a lot of stuff that we already know.
you already know.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's more so focused on like Jafar Jackson
Hmm.
and his performance as Michael,
Yeah.
and Michael's upbringing when it comes to him and Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard at least.
Yeah. Definitely gonna tap in. So I did want to ask, what is your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Probably Chicago.
Okay. Okay. I didn't expect that from you, gang. I didn't
Probably
expect that from you.
Chicago.
I didn't expect that from you. I'm gonna go Blame It on the Boogie. That's my all-time favorite. Uh,
Nah,
definitely a
I
bop.
grew up on Michael Jackson experience, so I got a
Oh
little
yeah,
I
yeah,
got a little ball knowledge. Like, yeah.
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Already. There was another topic. I don't want to get too deep into it. Where is Shay at all time right now? Cause shout out to Club 520.
Okay.
They actually was having a conversation about this, and I felt like some people was kind of trolling on there, but like they had him 15, like, and like I said, I feel like
15.
it was a troll, but we're here now, so like,
15.
but
Okay,
like I
look.
said, it was
I'll
kind
put
of a
it this
troll.
way. If Stay wins MVP and wins another ring this year, he might be top 25 all time.
Okay, so answer me this:
Top 20, 25, 20 to 25.
is he in the top 75?
At this instance,
Yes.
yes. I think after last year, yes. He had possibly the best guard season of all time.
Yeah. I mean, and he's having a great guard season this year too.
Exactly.
So yeah, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk
Like
about
I'm
that. It was
take
just
I'm
funny.
taking Shea over Dame all time.
Whoa, well, I'm
Exactly. Dame is the
dang.
top 75 player of all time.
Is he better than Scottie Pippen?
No, not
Thank you,
yet.
thank you. That's all I want. That's all I want.
I think
That's all.
Scotty's like top 25,
That's all
probably.
I want to hear. He's not better than Scottie. But shout out to Club 520 for that.
After this year, he might be. Not gonna lie.
Another thing, does this series really mean anything to Bron's legacy?
Absolutely.
I think it
At this
does.
point, at this point in time, I don't think there's anything we can hold against LeBron. I think he
Yeah,
can only add to his resume.
exactly.
Like, if LeBron was to get knocked out in the first round, I don't think that was supposed to mean anything negative to
Mhm.
his legacy. But I mean, if LeBron can make a Western Conference Finals run in year 23 at age 41,
Come on, bro.
like
Come
this
on,
is
bro.
literally things that we've never seen before. Like,
Bro,
so I don't know how it wouldn't add to his legacy.
the way the guy continues to push the needle is it's insane. It's insane.
And the thing is, like, I mean, people deny his GOAT status and everything, but they keep the same expectations out of the guy. Like,
Exactly, bro.
people expect a championship out of LeBron every year.
Every
People
year, bro.
expect the playoffs and an all NBA type of season out of LeBron every year. As long as he's in the NBA, they're gonna expect the absolute most out of him, no matter what age he is.
Yes,
And
sir.
I think that's only the case because we've never seen somebody perform at the level that he performs at the age that he is.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, we saw longevity from Kareem towards the tail end of Kareem's career. Like, he wasn't even reminiscent of the same guy that he was
Right.
before.
And he,
I
he got
mean,
plagued by the injury as well. And
exactly.
for
I
us to
mean,
see a guy this healthy and
Iron
to
Man.
continue to play like at a high level, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I mean, if he would have met the 65 game rule this year, he probably would have made All
Oh
NBA.
yeah,
Like,
for sure, for
and
sure.
and that's something we might never be able to say again about a
Tell you,
guy.
I'm telling you.
All NBA in year 23,
Come on, bro.
23
Come on, bro.
is his unseen longevity, and people don't factor in longevity enough. I feel
Enough.
like when it
Yeah.
comes to the GOAT debate and things like that.
Come on, man. Well, just to kind of wrap everything up, we are Cougs fans in this household anyway. I know you got some tech stuff going over there, but all in all, it's still the Big 12
Yeah.
conference that's lighting stuff up. We did get some news. Kingston did declare for the NBA. Shout out to Kingston. He had a great season. Very, very good player. He's gonna whatever team gets him is gonna get a dog. Somebody who's gonna be very coachable. Somebody they're gonna be able to develop. I think it's gonna be pretty good in the league. I don't
We need
see
to.
superstar, but I definitely see somebody who contributes to a winning program for sure.
Oh yeah. And we all need to hope and pray right now, man, because the Clippers didn't make the playoffs. So as of right now, I think the Thunder have like a 5% chance of getting the first overall pick. And I'm just saying, man, if
But
we see
even then,
these guys,
it's still
like,
gonna be what?
it's still gonna be a lottery pick. It's still
Yeah,
gonna be a lottery. But one thing that I will be grateful for, Thomas Hoff returns to Florida.
hmm.
So
Oh
that's a
yeah,
guy that I had on in my eyes as the pick for the
for the
Thunder
Thunder.
because they're kind of like the exact kind of guy that they would want.
Right. And I mean
Um
they want more depth they could just go get more depth at the big position like
yeah, exactly.
because you
Exactly. So,
literally have hella wings, you got hella guards. You could just get more depth at that big position. So, and I mean obviously at a certain point in time you're going to have to come up off of Hardenstein. Um
yeah, it's probably gonna be this off season. I
so
don't think they're gonna extend him.
yeah. So but yeah, man, that's
But
shout
I'm
out
I'm
to
glad I'm glad Thomas Hall is returning to
is
Florida.
returning. Yeah, go get
Uh,
that chicken, man. Go
and
get
we
that
also
chicken.
have we haven't got the exact yet from Christian Anderson himself,
Mhm.
but from what we know, he's not entering the portal
Got
and
you.
he's only been focusing on the NBA draft. He hasn't declared
Yeah.
yet,
Yeah.
but as of right now, it's a two-way road right now.
Yeah.
And it's either he's coming back or he's going to the NBA.
To the NBA.
And that's the best that I can ask for from Christian Anderson. He's a Red Raider for life at
Yes,
this point.
sir. Good shit. Good shit. Um, but yeah, shout out to Sanak. Shout out to Kingston. Yeah, y'all boys showed out. Um, we've got to. I got to do some more research on some portal transfers that we've gotten in. But yeah, shout out to the Cougs. Um, but that will kind of if you don't have any closing arguments for
Oh,
for
Shohei
today,
Otani is the greatest baseball player of all time.
all time.
He's the greatest baseball player of all time.
You know what? We would.
He just went 6 scoreless innings as a pitcher, um, against I think it was the Cubs, and he has reduced his he. Oh no, it was against the Giants.
He has reduced his season ERA to .38.
Wicked. Wicked.
.38, and we're probably gonna see 45 plus home runs from this guy.
Wicked. With some
Dude,
stolen bases. Like,
we've never seen anything like this. Is like Curry first coming into
yeah.
and shooting 35-foot threes. Like, and this might be actually this is more
Oh yeah.
impressive than what Curry's doing.
Come on, bro.
Like, we're damn near the best hitter in the league. He can also, I mean, he doesn't pitch enough to win a Cy Young,
Right.
but he's good enough to win a Cy Young.
Exactly.
We've never seen it. He's the best ever. I'm like, we will never see a guy as good as Shohei Otani.
Yeah, man. Baseball season is very long. When when we start to get to the meat of the season, we'll definitely tap more into what's going on there. But yeah, Shohei Otani is definitely that dude. With that being said, that is the word for you guys today. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Go run up our other videos. Like I said, this is episode 5 of our What's the Word series. And like I said, that is the word. Catch you guys later.